Okay, thanks guys, and welcome to a little bit of training this evening. We're just going to talk about some of the challenges or some of the things that we can do to help get started, and the steps that the four simple steps that we need to do to essentially get up and running with this business. Um, I'm just going to share a couple of slides, if I may, which will just give a bit of context to what we were talking about, and what we're doing and why we need to do it. First of all, I want to explain the differences. Some of you may understand this, some of you may not, but essentially I want to talk to you about the difference between centralized and versus decentralized. Centralized is the typical financial industry that we understand, the typical systems that are in place, where you would have a central bank and you would have private banking systems and financial infrastructure, where they're all centralized. You've got an office. So, for example, if you go to open up a bank account, you simply go in with your passport and your proof of address, and they open the account for you. But essentially, whilst you can open up an account in your name, the account is centralized. It's held by the bank, and your funds are actually stored with the bank at all times. And you could argue that essentially, if you have €1,000 in a bank account, that they then leverage that asset to go and lend it to other people. So with the advent of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology over the last number of years, since it was incepted in 2008, this is a game changer. And we're essentially talking about a decentralized system where so for example, with Bitcoin, there is no Bitcoin office or Bitcoin server. There's no centralized governance or regulation or control, unlike the banking system, which is completely regulated and it's completely centralized. So the big thing is with the centralized system is you have to trust that the centralized organization are going to keep your data and your funds safe. They have full control over the system and the data and your assets. And if any of the main servers or systems or infrastructure or businesses get compromised, then your funds or your data is at risk. And in contrast, with Bitcoin and blockchain technology, essentially it's the opposite of that. It's completely decentralized. So the benefits of that is that, or the downside is that you don't, you alone and you alone need to be responsible for your funds. So you don't get the benefit of being able to send an email or a phone call to your bank to change a password, because when you own your account, your wallet, and it's a big difference. But the benefit is, of course, that no third party can access your information. You are in control of your funds at all time. You can make transactions far quicker. You can do quick transactions. It's far cheaper. It's faster. It's cheaper, and it's more secure. And the benefit is that every single transaction on the blockchain or cryptocurrency or on the Bitcoin blockchain is transparent. Everybody can see every single wallet and every single transaction on the blockchain, but each wallet address is anonymous. So you can see every transaction. You just don't know which wallet it's. You don't know who owns the wallet that funds are coming from or where it's going to. So it's actually, ironically, it's more secure. There is no central point of failure, because that's how Bitcoin is earned on through mining. Because every single computer on the blockchain is authenticating every single transaction, which makes it more secure. But the downside is that we are solely responsible for our crypto wallets. So there's a few protocols we need to talk about that you need to have an understanding of. Currently in MTI, there is no KYC process, or it's a know your customer or know your consumer process, but that is something that will be coming in the short term. But it is a banking protocol that is used all the time. So in order to set up a bank account anywhere, or if you're dealing with any financial services industry, you need to go through this process with know your customer. You simply need to verify your identity. You need to verify your address, so that they know who every single proponent is within the system. The second thing you need to have an understanding of is the AML, anti-money laundering policies and protocols and procedures that are in place to prevent people from abusing the system. And a major part of that is that every single person in a centralized system is identified. So, and this is all part of the typical regulations that are in place uh, that are authorized in this country, in Ireland, where we are now. It's sort of, it's the central bank. It could be the regulators that are ensuring that protocols and systems are in place. But in America, it would be the Securities Exchange Commission. In South Africa, it's the FSCA. And these are the regulators who are in control and making sure that all these procedures and protocols are in place. None of that applies or is enforced by regulators in the Bitcoin industry because it's completely unregulated and it's completely decentralized. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means it's a completely different system and that it doesn't comply or conform to the existing regulations that are in place. But there is a number of things that businesses like MTI can do. They can make sure they adhere to these processes and procedures as much as possible to ensure the authenticity of the funds and the security of the funds is in place. So it is important to know that when we're setting up an account with MTI or on exchanges or wallets, that these are things we need to be aware of. And also the 2FA is the two-factor authentication. That's just a security protocol to ensure that if your email or your passwords get hacked, you have a second measure of authentication through an app on the phone, which gives you a 6-digit code, which changes every 60 seconds. So it's an important feature that MTI have in the back office that everybody should absolutely ensure that their account is secure by switching on the two-factor authentication. And there is procedures and videos to explain exactly how that's done. And if anybody has any questions on that, please raise it as a question at the end, and we can certainly look at that. There are a number of different steps that I would advise everybody, and I go through the same procedure when people first join up and set up with MTI. And these are the 4 simple steps that everyone needs to look at. First of all, I highly recommend you have Zoom not just on your phone, but also on your computer. Simply because by having Zoom on your computer, it means that if somebody sends you, it's a much better viewing experience on the computer than it is on a phone. So I'm sure most of the people on the call have that. But if you're talking to anybody or you want to introduce them to the business, it's really where you should start to ensure that they have Zoom installed on the computer. And what I want to quickly show you is, if I share my screen here, what we can do is when you go to the zoom.us website, you just simply type in zoom.us at the top and you go to the resources section on the right hand side from zoom.us, and that is where you download the Zoom client. Okay. The next thing you should know is you can then go through all of your settings on the left hand side and ensure that you can just change the configurations, like setting up waiting rooms, adjusting your Zoom link, all that sort of stuff. How the user experience is when people log onto a Zoom call. So it's worth all of you, if you don't have as if you have I'm assuming you all have Zoom accounts because you're on the call now. It's free for everyone to install Zoom. The actual price of the package for Zoom to get your own account is actually only €11 a month. Personally, if you're looking to run this as a business, it's the biggest investment you can make. It's a very small investment, but it makes it far easier for you to help and support people that you introduce to the business, because you can do it virtually on a Zoom call, and it really does make a big difference. And it's absolutely the number one place where you should start. The next thing that I always do is I install WhatsApp, not just on my phone, but also on my laptop. So you can do that very simply by going to whatsapp.com/download. And whether you've got a Mac or a Windows PC, you simply install WhatsApp on your computer and you sync your laptop with your phone. So that means when you're in the WhatsApp groups and you're seeing links to presentations or videos, whatever, you can simply send it to people. But if you've got everybody you've introduced into the business with WhatsApp installed on the computer, it means that you can send them a link to a meeting such as the one we're on tonight. They can simply click on the link on the computer, and it opens it up straight away into Zoom on your computer. And it's a far better user experience. So rather than just sending a WhatsApp from your phone to somebody else's phone, the user experience is going to be far stronger when they have WhatsApp. It makes it much easier for supporting people and helping them out. The next steps really is going to be a wallet. You need to have your very own Bitcoin wallet. Many of us on the call are using exchanges, and that's absolutely fine. And on the next slide, I'm going to talk to you about the differences between brokers and exchanges and wallets. Okay, so there's two wallets that I would recommend. The first one is Exodus.io, and the second one is AtomicWallet.io. And that simply allows you a single place on your computer where you can store your Bitcoin. And it's the go-to place. You want to have somewhere where you can send your Bitcoin, and you can, from there, you can send it out anywhere. But remember, we talked about centralized and decentralized. When you set up an account with a broker and that's great for purchasing Bitcoin, but it means that your Bitcoin is held on that third-party site, on that broker platform, or on that exchange. Personally, I wouldn't advise that anyone keeps any Bitcoin on an exchange, on a public exchange, or with a broker. You always want to transfer your Bitcoin to your own personal wallet. Now, we can then make a decision whether or not we want to send our Bitcoin from our personal wallet to MTI. And of course, we're happy to do that because MTI, as part of the trading pool, are going to allow us to grow our Bitcoin through that trading activity. But first and foremost, everyone needs to have their own wallet, and they need to have an account with an exchange or somewhere where they can actually transfer their euros or their dollars or whatever it is, fiat currency they're using, so they can purchase the Bitcoin. But from there, I would always send it to your own personal wallet. We're going to talk about some of those exchanges. We've got Jack on the call here tonight, and we're going to actually go through some of the recommendations that we have for those exchanges. But as a great place that all of you should go to is the mtimembers.com website, and you'll find there under Bitcoin training is a list of every single different broker all around. And we can actually click on this link here. Or if I copy that link, I'm actually just going to go to that website myself so you can see it. So it's and this is accessible from your back office, guys, right? So you can simply go to mtimembers.com, and because there'll be different people in your network, and depending on where they are in the world, if you go to training there and you simply go to Bitcoin training, you can see a list of all of the different exchanges in different countries throughout the world, depending on where. And there's obviously a lot here in Africa, but there you've got a few there in United Kingdom. You've got Spectre, Luno, Worldwide Web, Bitcoin, local Bitcoins. So you've got Coinbase in there. There's different reasons why you would use different exchanges, but I'm going to talk to you tonight about the ones that I would personally recommend. It's going to be different for some of you or all of you, but we'll talk about the ones I definitely recommend for different reasons. The first one I'm going to recommend is Bitwallet. And the reason I really like Bitwallet is because Bitwallet is actually a German bank. It's a very simple interface. You have to go, the downside of Bitwallet is it's a little bit more cumbersome, the setting up of Bitwallet, because they're a bit finicky about putting in your address. If you haven't got your postcode, and if you can't find your address on the system, it can be difficult to get KYC'd. But by going through that process, the great thing about Bitwallet is it's a German bank. You simply have a European bank account with an IBAN, an international bank account number, but you also have a Bitcoin wallet. And the benefit of that is they will also, because you have a Euro bank account, they will issue your own personal debit card, which means that once you purchase the Bitcoin, and you can either send it to MTI from there or out to your personal wallet, you've also got a place to send your profit back to your Bitwallet account, which is fantastic because you can then have a place where you can trade your Bitcoin back into euros, and you can use your debit card to go shopping with. So it's important to understand that. And I really like Bitwallet because it's very easy to use, but it's a Euro bank account. So if whoever you're speaking to, it uses euros, then that's a great place to start. However, if they're in the UK or if they're international, it might not be. If they're not typically using euro, I wouldn't be sending them there. So Coinbase is the next one I'm going to talk about. The reason I recommend Coinbase is because it's massively international. So anybody throughout the world can set up a Coinbase account, and you can have a dollar wallet, a euro wallet, whatever local currency you have, and it's a simple place to be able to acquire your Bitcoin. But what I will say is, again, the KYC process can be a little bit tricky, a little bit cumbersome. But the benefit of Coinbase is it's very accessible worldwide, and it makes it a very easy option for people once they've gone through that KY process. The next one I'm going to recommend for a different reason is bitpanda.com. Now, personally, I'm a big fan of bitpanda.com because it's a very, very easy interface to use. And we're actually going to run through setting up a Bitpanda account with Jack tonight. And the benefit of Coinbase and Bitpanda is they're easy to use. The KYC process is very straightforward with Bitpanda. And for people who are technically challenged, I would recommend Bitpanda because it can be done in 5 or 10 minutes, getting set up, and you're good to go. And the last one then is Binance. And the reason you recommend Binance is because it's probably the largest exchange worldwide. You can access lots of different cryptocurrencies from Binance. So many of them, in fact, that it might cause confusion for people who are completely new. So it can be a bit more complex and maybe more for the advanced user. So there's different reasons why you would use different exchanges, depending on where you are, where you're residing, what currency you're using, and how advanced you are in terms of your understanding and how comfortable you are when you're using a computer. But what I will say is that both Coinbase and Bitpanda have a basic version and they have a pro version. So the benefit of the basic version is it's much easier to use and it's straightforward. It's less intimidating, but the fees are a little bit higher. But the pro version is actually much cheaper in terms of fees, but it can be a bit more complex for the new user. But it does allow you to progress from a standard account to a pro account. That's fine. So the last thing I want to talk about is simply the importance of why you would have an exchange account and then a personal wallet before you send to MTI. I would always recommend that you send your Bitcoin, once you set up an account with an exchange, that you transfer your Bitcoin to a personal wallet before you send it to MTI. And the reason I would give is two main reasons. It's a bit like if you've purchased your Bitcoin on an exchange, they issue, when you do a deposit or withdrawal from the exchange, they operate in batches. So sometimes it can take a while to make the transfer from the exchange over to MTI, and you're really waiting. So if you send your Bitcoin directly from the exchange straight to MTI, it's a bit like giving money from sending Bitcoin from Billy to Jack. You don't know, it's not as visible to you. So I'd always recommend that when you're transferring Bitcoin, that you send it to your own personal wallet first, so that you don't need to wonder, well, if I sent it from Billy to Jack, did Billy send it and did Jack receive it? It's lost in the ether. But by sending it to your own wallet, you have better control and better visibility. And so by sending the Bitcoin to your personal wallet and from there you send it to MTI, it's actually much quicker to do that. Personal wallets are much quicker to send the funds from. So that's the main reason, the two main reasons. It gives you more control, and it's actually faster to do it as well. So you have a personal wallet. So we'll talk about setting up of a wallet also if we have time. Okay. So Jack, are you ready? You're on the call there now.
Yep.
So what we'd like you to do, Jack, if you wouldn't mind, is to share your screen and let's see what you're looking at there. And we're just going to go straight to Bitpanda and we'll set up that account and we're just going to go through it. It's pretty straightforward. That's great. We can nearly see it. That's it. Perfect. So you simply go to bitpanda.com to set up the website. And over on the right-hand side, you can simply go to get started. Click on the blue button there on the right-hand side. So what you do now is you put in your details. One thing while you're typing in your details, your first name, your last name, your email address, and you're going to have to come up with a password as well, Jack. What I asked Jack to do was on the browser that he's actually putting in his details here, And it's important that the details you put in are the details that are on your passport. So Jack, obviously the name you have on your passport is John Hayden, is that correct?
Yeah.
So that's the name you should put, okay?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to come up with a password, and quite often they will ask you to use a special character as well. We don't want to see what that password is, but hopefully you'll remember it and you'll make a note of that password. But the other point to mention is here, we're in this browser, we're opening up this account, but if you'll notice that Jack actually has his email opened up in the same browser, and that's going to be important now in a minute because we'll be asked to confirm and verify our email address. So you happy with that password there, Jack? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's strong enough, Tim?
You could always add a question mark or an exclamation mark at the end of it to make it a bit more sophisticated. But that's probably okay as it is there now. And you select your country residence. You can just agree to the terms and conditions there. You can ignore the third one because that's just sending you newsletters. So just do the first two is fine. And then just to click on create account. Okay, so what's happened here is you can just save that on your password. So you have that in your, so it'll remember your password for the next time. Now you'll see here, it said, in order to complete the contract, you need to go to your email, which is why we've got the email open on the same browser. You can simply open up the email and just give it a second. There it is there, Bitpanda. Click on that. So it's so handy having it open here on the same browser. Confirm email address. So it's opened up a new session. What you don't want to be doing is going to your phone and verifying the email from there because it'll open up the next step on your phone. So the next step is here, they're simply asking you to verify. This is due to the anti-money laundering regulations that I was telling you about. They want to ensure that they're going to ask you some personal questions. So you could just click on continue there. And this is because we have to remember that this is an exchange, it's a broker. So they still have to conform to that centralized system we were talking about. They have to conform to the local regulators. So they have to be sure that every single person in their system is verified and they know where the source of the funds are. So you can simply put in here that it's your salary and then just click to continue. And are you employed, self-employed, retired? Self-employed, happy days. Click on next. So that's the reason for these messages, and it's a personal account, Jack, right? Okay, so this is where they're getting a little bit nosy. They want to know what sort of levels are. It's not important so much what you put in here, but you can understand that if you put that a small amount, but all of a sudden you did a major transfer at some point in the future, they are likely to ring you up and ask you what you're using the funds from, what the source of the funds were, and what you're doing and why you're doing it. But for now, you can put in anything you like. That's fine. And then next. So again, here, they're being a little bit nosy. But it's all part of the banking regulation, nothing to worry about, but you can put anything you like there. And then next. So they're the typical questions that we need to go through when setting up an account. It's pretty straightforward. So again, same thing here. Tell them enough to stop asking you more questions. So now, remember I told you that there's two options. You've got a Bitpanda and a Bitpanda Pro. And the simple differences between the two is Bitpanda is going to be easier to use. It's going to be more straightforward, very simple interface. Bitpanda Pro is going to be cheaper, but a little bit more complex and more for the advanced user. So I would recommend for now, we just stick with Bitpanda Pro. But what I will say is it's the same login, the same username and password. So you're not going to have to register for one and then the other. So your username and login will be the same. So to get back access to Bitpanda, you simply go to bitpanda.com. But if you ever want to go and log into the Bitpanda Pro account, you simply type pro.bitpanda.com. Okay, so for now, you can just click on Bitpanda on the left, Jack. Happy days. And I really like the interface that we're using with Bitpanda. Okay, so just give that a second. So there's the account up and running. It's open. So you can simply just ignore the announcement, close the on the announcement. And the first place we want to go is we need to verify the account. Okay. So there's a button, and we can see it. If you can see the panda at the top right, nice little panda face, there's no tick beside it. So it means we're not verified. So the first action we do is to click on the blue button there, which says verify now. So this is where you're going to let us all know how old you are, Jack. Now, don't be telling any lies. You put in your date of birth, whatever's on the passport, in the format that they've asked. Happy days. And we'll put in their address. Now, the good thing about Bitpanda is they're not going to ask you for any proof of address, unlike they might do with Coinbase. So this is why I like Bitpanda. It's nice and easy, straightforward for setting it up. So you can type in your address, happy days, postcode and everything. And is that your correct mobile phone, Jack?
Yeah.
So you can click on that you are happy that everything all the information you've given them is true. You see the little widget above that? Click on that and then save and continue. So just click on that again on that widget. Okay, just scroll back up there. I think it didn't like something there. So, okay, didn't like it. It's over in your name. Though. Just change your first name in there. Great. And then scroll down and continue. So what's going to happen now is they're going to send a text to your mobile phone number. This is a way that so we've verified the email already, and we're now going to verify the phone. So you simply put in the message, the numbers that they've sent you on the text message. Happy days. Now you've got your passport ready, so we're going to put in the passport. The country of issuance is Ireland. Happy days, and you select your language and continue. So what happens now is we just need to you need to confirm that you're doing this of your own free will and you're not being forced into doing this by some baldy fella on Zoom.
I don't touch the buttons on the side, no.
No, you do, yeah. Click on those to confirm that you're happy you're doing this of your own free will and that you're happy to use your information. So what's going to happen here now is they're simply just going to you're going to be asked to allow access for your camera, right? So you can just continue on this. And you want to enable the camera, absolutely. And you see on the top left there, you need to click on that message that's popped up to allow. Can you see that? Now you'll be asked to make certain movements, move your head left or right. Okay, so your camera isn't working on the thing, and it might be because you can simply just do this from your phone, okay? So if you click on the, and it might be that you're on the camera here. Why don't we just turn off your camera on? I'm going to stop your video. So just do the back arrow first, Jack. And just hit continue there again and see if it works. There now. Now just do allow access. Happy days. And when you're happy, you can just hit that record button, the red button there. Look over to your left shoulder.
Seven, 8, 6.
Now that's perfect. No, it's just saying you took a little bit too long, right? So you're going to have to just redo that process again. Now, I'm not going to speak because they're actually doing a recording, so we can't have them listening to me speaking in the background. So when we hit record again, you're simply going to do the same thing, but look over to your left shoulder and so they can see your profile picture, okay? So just click on the record button again and we'll try again. I'll mute myself.
3, 4, 5.
Nearly there, Jack, but you forgot to hit the stop. So it told you to, so just try it once more. But this time you'll just have to remember to hit the stop because it's giving you instructions, telling you to look over your left or right shoulder, and then it's telling you to hit the red button to stop again. So just try it once more.
3, 4, 5.
That's the job. So you're going to choose passport, and they're going to tell you they're going to send a message to your phone now. Okay, so you can just click on the blue button to get secure link, and they're going to send a message to your phone. So you've got an iPhone.
Yeah.
So you can open the camera on your iPhone, and you don't need to take a picture. You just need to open up the camera on the iPhone and hover the camera over that QR code, and it'll open up the app on your phone. And what it's going to do is it's going to install the app on your phone. Is that done? Have you been able to do that, Jack?
Yeah, it's within the yellow quadrangles.
Okay, great. And it should open up, or get a link should come up on your phone then. That's it.
Enable camera.
Enable camera. Yeah.
Submit. Take a photo of the passport page, is it?
Yeah. So they're asking you to take a, yeah, exactly. So just follow the instructions that come up on your phone. Well done. So now that's it. So now you can hit the blue button on the screen to submit verification. Happy days. So just, you can X out of that now. So that is the hard work done. Okay. So they will verify your account now. Having done that, but look, it's a little bit of pain going through it, but it's done now. Simple as that. So you're now verified. Okay. So the reason I like Bitwallet is because of that process. It's kind of straightforward. Now, Bitwallet, I have to say, is great, but it's a little bit more cumbersome. And so is Coinbase. Coinbase can be a bit trickier because they're asking for your verification of your address and everything. So I actually think Bitpanda is actually easier. So very simply here, your account is verified. It's going to take a little while for them to process the verification, but you've pretty much done the hard work. You'll know when you're completely verified because the panda on the top right, the little panda face, you'll see there'll be a blue tick there when you're verified. But if you go up to that panda now and you click on it, from there you can go into your account and your history and your dealings, your security. You can set up two-factor authentication, all that sort of stuff, right? But for now, you won't be able to deposit until your verification is complete. But if you go to my account, which is the first one, there's two ways of being able to deposit funds. You can deposit funds with your debit card, and also with your bank account. Now, you won't be able to until the verification is complete, you won't be able to lodge any funds. But the quickest and easiest way to deposit funds is to actually use your debit card or your credit card, right? So what I might do is now, Jack, while we're waiting for that verification process to continue, I might just show people how we can add funds and purchase funds through my account. So I'm going to stop your share, Jack, if that's all right.
That's fine, yeah.
So, and well done for getting through that verification process.
Thanks, Tim.
It's the biggest pain, but it's about finding the right exchange or the easiest place for you to feel most comfortable. And I do like Bitpanda for that reason, because I think once you go through the pain, it's great. So I'm going to show you my Bitpanda account here, just to save time. And I'm going to show you how we would purchase Bitcoin and how we would then send Bitcoin wherever we need to send it, okay? Can you see my screen? I think you can.
Yeah, we can.
It's a bit slow. Okay, so here's my Bitpanda back office, and you can see that we have there's 182 euros in my portfolio. Okay, and the portfolio is whatever it is. You can also see that there's 10 euros here in the fiat wallet, and the portfolio is probably, you can see there that I actually have 182 euros worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so you can simply go up to your wallets here, and you can choose at the top there, and you can see that you've got a euro wallet, you've got a dollar wallet, you've got a Swiss franc, Bitcoin wallet, whatever you want. So you can add whichever local currency you like. But I like it how easy and straightforward it is. If I want to deposit some funds, what I'd simply do is I'd go to deposit, and I've got a choice to either, do I want to deposit with assets such as crypto, or do I want to deposit using fiat currency? So an obvious one would be for me to deposit euros, and I select the wallet I want to add funds to. And here I've got a choice of using lots of different ways of actually adding funds. So the two main ones are obviously a Visa or MasterCard, which would be instant, but there is a small fee of about 1.5%. But for somebody setting up an account first, that's probably the easiest one to use. But the best one to use, ideally, because it's free, is a SEPA bank transfer. So if I want to do a bank transfer, the downside is it's going to take 2 or 3 days to fund the account. Okay, but look how easy it is to do it. You simply go in to click on SEPA transfer. You type in how much you want to add or deposit. So I'm going to say 500 euros. I could have clicked 500 here, or 1,000, or maximum, whatever it is. So you can see, because I'm verified, I can actually deposit up to 50,000 if I had it. But for now, let's just deposit 100 euros. Okay, and I simply go to summary. And this is why I like Bitpanda. They're saying, let's confirm what we've said. We want to deposit 100 euros into our euro wallet. We want to do it via a SEPA transfer, and we want to deposit 100 euros. We confirm that the bank account is in my name, and then the transaction, and click on confirm. And then it simply tells you what the this is the bank account number that we have to send it to. There's the IBAN number. But the main thing to note here is the reference number, because this is the same bank account for every Bitpanda user. So if you're transferring funds here, you need to make sure that you put the reference number so they know that it's come from you. So that is the most important thing, okay? And it takes 2 or 3 days to get there, but you simply go to your normal bank, you do an international bank transfer, that is who you're sending it to. This is the address that you're sending it to. That's the amount you're depositing. And there's the bank details as well. So if you need to print them off and bring them into your bank, fine. Or you can just go to your online banking and do it there. So that's pretty much it. And once the funds come in, they will obviously come into your euro wallet. Okay. And once they're in the euro wallet, in this case, or if it was the dollars that you sent dollars, happy days, your funds are there, and you can now purchase Bitcoin. And you can see simply I have 10 euros sitting in my Bitcoin wallet, which is very convenient. So simply, I simply need to trade that. So I go up to trade, and look how easy this is. Well, it's asking us what do we want to do. I can buy and sell digital assets or pay with vouchers. So I want to buy. What do I want to buy? I want to buy Bitcoin. Okay, so there's already 182 euros worth of Bitcoin in there, but I've got 10 euros sitting in my Euro wallet. So I'm going to click on Bitcoin wallet. I'm going to say I want to buy 10 euros, or the maximum that I have available in my Euro wallet. Click on that, and just confirm I want to buy Bitcoin using my Euro wallet, and that's how much I want to spend. So I click that I agree there, and I click on buy now. And the nice thing is that is absolutely instant. Okay, so you see that euros have disappeared from my Euro wallet, and now it's in my Bitcoin value has increased, my Bitcoin wallet there. So if I go to wallets now, I can see all of my wallets here, and I can just click on my Bitcoin wallet. Now from here, I simply have an option. I can send or receive my Bitcoin. But if you remember what I spoke about early on in the slides, that I would rather not, it's better to send funds to my personal wallet than it is to straight to MTI. I don't want to send funds from Billy to Jack. I want to send them from Billy to myself first of all, and from there I send them to MTI. So Jack, if you're still on the call, what I'd like to do is, if you wouldn't mind sharing your screen again, I'm going to talk you through installing Exodus. You still with me?
Yep.
So if you just go to open up a new tab. So you can just drag that thing out if it's in the way, or go to the Zoom tab is fine. And if you type in Exodus, EXODUS.io. Now, so you want to go to the top right where it says download, click on download. And now on the left-hand side, because you're on a desktop, you want to click on download Exodus. And you're on a Windows computer, is it?
No.
A Mac, is it?
A Windows, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Windows. Click on that first one there. And that's going to install it. You can see the file at the bottom of the screen where it's downloading that file. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that'll just take a minute, and we're going to when that file is finished downloading, we're going to open up that file. So if anybody's got any questions, or you can put them into the chat there while we're doing this. Is everybody clear on why we would want to set up a personal wallet? You just don't want to be leaving Bitcoin on a third-party exchange. You want to bring it back to your own wallet at all times. And it's also important to know that it's great to have an exit strategy. So when you're taking your funds out, you're going to bring them back to your personal wallet at all times. Now, Jack, if you wouldn't mind going to your iPhone as well, and if you go into the Play Store, I want you to type in Exodus onto your phone as well. Okay. So you can click on OK there. And you can open up that. Is Exodus there now on the bottom right? It's installed. At the bottom of your screen, sorry. So we've installed the app on the thing. So if you go to the bottom left-hand corner, sorry, to search, and you type in Exodus. EXODUS. Now you see it there, but I want you to actually hover over it and then go to the right. You see the arrow to the right of that? So select it and click on pin to start. Oh, sorry, pin to taskbar. The one below that. Okay. So pin it to the taskbar. And now you can just click on open. The reason I got you to do that is that you'll remember it's always going to be on your taskbar at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Okay, happy days. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a password for Exodus. So this is going to be a unique password. Okay. So the first thing we do is you can maximize that screen so it takes up the full screen so we can see it clearly. Exodus is really easy to use and you're going to like it. And it's going to speed things up for us. If you go to the top right hand corner where the little cog wheel is, you can click on that. And the first thing we want to do is to change it, your base currency. At the top of the screen, you'll see assets, apps, devices, security, backup, and personalize. So if you go to personalize at the top of the screen and change it to your preferred currency, so it's defaults to dollars, you might want to change that to euros. You can just type in EUR for euros. That's it. Perfect. Now you can go to security. And you would, what we need to do now is we're going to go to, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to, we need to put the password in first. Okay, so just go to backup. So type in your password that's going to be unique to yourself. And you might want to keep a note of that password, but you then need to type it in a second time to confirm. Now, what I want to do is when you hover, I don't want you to hover over these numbers just yet, right? Because these are your seed words that are unique to you, okay? And I'm going to stop the share, but you'll need to write these 12 words down, Jack, okay? So I don't want everyone else to see it. So, but it's pretty simple. You'll simply hover the mouse over those numbers and the words will become visible and you can then just write those numbers down. So if you wouldn't mind, Jack, I want you to write down the 12 numbers, the 12 words on a piece of paper. And I'm going to stop the share while you're doing that. And when you're finished, just click on next, and then you can share your screen again.
Right.
We'll talk amongst ourselves. Anybody got any questions so far? Like how long is this call going to go on for? That sort of thing. Hopefully you're all finding this useful. Hang on, there's a couple of questions in the chat. I'm going to record it as well. Okay, Wirex. Somebody's talking about Wirex. Wirex is very good. Also, Jeanette. It really comes down to a personal preference. But what I will say is, different exchanges or different wallets work for different people at different times. So personally, I've got a Coinbase account. I've got a Bitpanda account. I've got a Binance account. So it just depends on what I'm going to use it for and when I'm going to use it. I use the Bitwallet account for my wife because it's so easy to use. So I have the slides that I shared at the beginning of this call are available on a share doc, which I'm going to give to all of you. So you can actually, I'm going to paste it into the chat there now. So you can have those slides, which will show you the steps that you need to take or that I recommend. Okay. So I'm just going to share that to everyone in the meeting. So you can get those slides if you want. Now, how are you getting on, Jack?
2 more to do.
Okay, take your time. So the seed words are important just in case you ever lose that wallet. If your computer blows up, it's good to have those seed words written down, nice and secure, keep them somewhere safe, tattoo them to your forehead, whatever you like to do. But your seed words, but this is about you being in control of your own funds, your own asset. The downside, of course, is if you lose those seed words, there's nobody you can email. You can't email and say, oh, I forgot my password or I forgot my seed words. You need your seed words. That's your backup. It's pretty straightforward, but you'll find that it's a process and a procedure that you'll go through and you'll be more used to, particularly when you set up with different wallets and stuff in different places. So unlike Bitpanda, or if you lose your passport, it's a public exchange, it's centralized. You can email them and they'll change your password. your personal wallet is personal to you and you alone. And with that comes the responsibility of looking after your own passwords and seed words, that sort of stuff. Keep them in a special book, wherever you like to do. It's a good habit to get into. Well, Jack, how you getting on?
I'm good. I'm out to show a secret phrase. What should I do?
Okay, perfect. So now you can share your screen again now, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
And perfect. So, yeah. So what's happened here is just do show secret phrase. I'm in private and okay. Just stop your share there again because I don't want everyone to see your secret phrases.
So I just click into that and
just do that. Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, fine, perfect. So now you can type in your wallet password. And unlock now. Perfect. Oh, so okay. So did you write down the words before?
I did, yeah. I've 12 of them here in front of me.
Okay, just hover over the first word. Is it the same word?
Yeah.
It's the same word, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just click on OK. Must have timed out. Okay, so it's done now. That's fine. So the next thing I want you to do is go to devices at the top. And on your mobile phone, did you go into the App Store?
I did, yeah.
Did you? And if you type in Exodus, EXODUS, to search for Exodus?
Yeah.
You'll see the icon. It's a white icon with a blue X. Can you see that?
Yep.
And you need to install that app on your phone. So what we're going to do now is, because you've got your wallet set up and it's on your laptop, what we now want to do is to install Exodus on your phone as well, which makes it very handy because you've got it in two places then, and it's synced together. So when your funds arrive into your wallet on your laptop, you're also going to see them on your phone. So it means that you're in complete control. You've got access to your personal wallet through your phone, but also on your computer. And they're both secure with those seed words. So what we'll need to do is to make sure that we sync your wallet on your computer with your phone. Okay. So let me know when the app is installed on your phone, Jack.
It's opened, yeah.
So it'll say get started on the phone. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You click on get started, but you don't. What you want to do is you don't want to create a new account because you've already got one. Okay.
Right.
So just tell me what the options on the screen.
Receive, next, skip.
Okay. So at the bottom of the screen on the phone is there a little man, like a profile thing?
No.
So
Come out of it again.
yeah, go out and come and then open up the app, and you want to go into the settings is what we're looking for in the app. You in?
It's portfolio value.
Fine. So at the bottom right hand corner, can you see a little man?
Yeah.
Click on the man. Stick it to the man.
Yeah.
And is there an option there? Just scroll down through the options. Should be sync with desktop. Or settings. Is there an option for settings in there?
Settings, yeah.
Go into settings.
Sync devices.
Sync devices. Yeah, absolutely.
Computer.
Sync with computer. Absolutely. And then on the computer now, you can click on sync. Okay, you put in your wallet password. Okay, so on your phone, you should have, no, just so on the computer there, just take the option on the left to show QR code. No, don't do, no, yeah, go to the one on the left. Just click to the left of that. And click on show, yeah. Now from your phone, you need to scan that QR code from the app in your phone. So it'll come up on your phone, and then you just hit confirm if that came up on your phone as well, did it?
Yeah.
Okay, done. So happy days, well done. You're all set up, good to go. So now you can click on assets on the top of the screen. And you're going to click on, actually go to the top left corner, the blue X on the top left-hand corner, which is the home dashboard. And this is basically what your Exodus wallet here. So we're in portfolio. You see at the top, you've got the circle, which is essentially your portfolio, which shows all of the different cryptocurrencies. So you have a wallet for Ethereum, Ripple, lots of other cryptos in here as well. And to the right of the little circle, the portfolio is the actual wallet itself for the different wallets. So click on the second one, the wallet. And there's a list of all the cryptos on the left-hand side, but it's default, it's a Bitcoin, which is the daddy, the main one. And that is your Bitcoin wallet. So what I want you to do now is to click on receive. And that is your public Bitcoin address. It begins with BC1. And if you click on the little arrow to the right of the QR code, and you can just copy that Bitcoin address, that's your private Bitcoin address there, okay? So just copy that by clicking on the two little boxes to the right of the address. Okay. And now you can click on X in the top right. Move my head out of the way. Don't close the app, not that one. Okay, you closed the app. Sorry. So just go in and open the app again. And type in your password.
Restore.
No, just hit enter. The arrow to the right of the password. You didn't hit restore. Oh, that's fine. So there's your Bitcoin wallet. Okay. So just give it a second there. And you've got no Bitcoin in there, but you've copied the address where you went to receive, and you copied the address. So now I just want you to go to open up your email, which is in the other thing. You don't have WhatsApp installed on your computer, do you?
I do, yeah.
So open up WhatsApp, and if you wouldn't mind, just click on Dolores's name there, and just paste that address that you just copied from your Exodus wallet into that, and send that to Dolores. And Dolores, would you forward that on to me, please? If you're still on the call, Dolores.
Yes, I am.
If you could just forward that address on to me. So I'm just going to stop your share there briefly, and I'm going to go to share my Exodus wallet. Okay. So I've got a little bit of Bitcoin in there at the moment. So I'm simply going to go to my Bitcoin wallet. Okay. I'm going to send 10 euros. And I'm going to go to, this is why I recommend that people install WhatsApp on the computer. So I can go to WhatsApp. I can go to there's the address that just been sent. That's the address there. Right click the address there. So I think that's the correct address. So I'm going to go into my Exodus account there, and I'm going to paste that there. 10 euros, sent. Okay. So that's 10 euros of sent there. Hopefully it went somewhere, it's been sent. So if I stop the share now, and if you wouldn't mind sharing your screen again, Jack.
You got it?
Yeah, just go into Exodus. There's your 10 euros. That's why I recommend the Exodus. It's fast, it's cheap, it's secure. Boom. 10 euros exchanged from me to you instantly. So now you can send that very easily and instantly straight to MTI or wherever you want to send it. Buy yourself a cup of coffee. So thanks very much for your time. So you've now got your exchange set up, but you've also got your personal wallet set up. And it's faster, it's cheaper, it's more secure, it's safer. It's the way to go. So well done, and thank you very much, Jack, for your time there.
Thank you very much too, Tim.
You're welcome. I would still recommend you do Bitwallet as well. I'd recommend that you also do. It's just good to have a few different options, you know.
Right. Yeah, I think I got an email back from Bitwallet saying that it was verified.
That it is verified.
Yeah.
Well done. So Bitwallet is great because it's simple and it's easy to use. So what we need to do is create your Bitcoin wallet in Bitwallet, but we can do that privately or we can do it on another call.
Right.
So that's it. So look, hopefully, guys, you found that useful. Any other questions? Bring your headphone mic.
Brian had a question earlier about transferring his money to his trading account in MTI. You might just show him that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's share the screen again. So if you go to MTI, okay, so very briefly, when you go into your back office, or when you add funds, your funds always go into your trading pool balance because that and it trades away there. And every day you can see your trading profit under my bonus report, trading bonus profit. But any commissions, like if you introduce somebody into the business, any deposits that they add in, you get the 10% commission fee. It comes from the company's share of the trading profits, not from your referral, but it always goes to your income wallet on the left-hand side. So all of your binary commissions will go in there as well on every Saturday when the binary run is complete, and that pays out a commission based on your weaker leg volume, okay? And all commissions go into your income wallet. So in order to move them to the trading pool, well, first of all, you've got the option. You can withdraw them directly out, for example, to your Exodus wallet externally, or you can add them into your trading pool. So you would do that simply by going to wallet section on the left-hand side, and you go to internal fund transfer. So you'll see there, it will tell you what is available. And you can see that at the moment, I've got nothing available because my binary income I received on Saturday, I put straight into the trading pool. But you'll see that there's a pending income wallet balance that is based on last week's trading profit and my share of it that got put into my income wallet, but it won't arrive for 7 days later. So in 7 days' time, that will become available. And at that point, I've got a choice to put it either from the income wallet into the trading pool wallet. And that's where I would do that. Select it. I would copy the amount that's available, paste it in there, and put my password and submit. And likewise, if I want to withdraw funds from I firstly have to take them out of the trading pool. So I'd move from the pool to the income wallet first, put in how much in Bitcoin that I want to take out of the trading pool, and submit that. And then I would go to wallet section, wallet withdrawal, and initiate a withdrawal out. And you can see here, there's my history, and you can see that it's nice you can see these are all the withdrawals that I've taken out. So I'm constantly getting paid every week with withdrawing the Bitcoin out, and that's always nice to see. Never ever had any issues withdrawing any funds out of MTI. Couldn't be happier. Happy days. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cool. I think so. Sorry we ran over by a few minutes. Hopefully you don't mind. Thank you very much. Is there any other questions, or are we all good?
I think we're all good. Tim, thanks very much for that, Tim. Thanks, Jack, and thanks, everybody. Yeah, very beneficial, Tim. Fantastic. And hopefully we'll have that recording available tomorrow, will we?
Yeah, I've recorded it onto my computer, but I can't remember where I recorded.
Yeah, it's in Tony's account, so Tony will have to do that.
Yeah, fine. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks very much for your help.
Hopefully,
Fantastic training. Well done, both Jack and Tim. Not easy to do that online, but fantastic. Well done.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dolores.
Cheers, guys. Good night, and thank you all.
Night, Jared. God bless everyone.